Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Happy Monday morning. What's up? See if anybody pops on. See if we get good service out here. All right. We have some guys coming back. Good morning, y'all. Yo, Ken, what do you know? Good morning. Hope you guys can hear me. Kind of I'm out on vacation. I'm walking. I don't know anything about the service out here, so hopefully y'all can hear me. Clearly, that was a series ugly series for the Yankees, to a team that has gotten better with the addition of Carlos Correa. So, no doubt about it. Now they got the Twins. They have to win the series. They have to win the series. But we're actually bat. We need a little bit more. We need Max Fried and Carlos Rodon to step up a little bit. They're supposed to be the two guys headlining this rotation right now. And, Max Fried has had a rough second half of the season. And Rodon still kind of holding things together. Make sure you guys can hear me, right? All right. Bugs everywhere. Oh my God. We don't get any length from them. We're gonna continue to tax the bullpen more than it needs to be taxed, right? And that's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. Last thing we want is to be taxing the bullpen that way, especially when our bats aren't doing what they need to do, right? And the bats are, one of the things, I think one of the most notable things is when people look at Juan Soto, I think two things happened when he left. Number one, I don't think his career is ever going to have that upward trajectory as people think it was going to have. I don't think it's going to be as good as it could have been, but it'll still be good. But also, the Yankees lost that player to have an impact like Aaron Judge. So, you've got to figure out a way to add a player that has that impact. I don't give a damn whether it's a bat or an arm, right? Because as great as Max Fried has been, great as Rodon has been, first half of the season, these guys have taken a step back, right? And we need somebody who's going to constantly stick at the other teams, whether it's an arm to constantly stick at the teams or a bat to stick at the other teams. There's no doubt about it, man. There's no doubt about it. And it's not going to happen this year, obviously, unless, somebody comes up and lights a fire under a bunch of people's asses, but I'm not sure if I see that happening. Get across this road here. Some cars. At this point, 40-something games left, what could the Yankees do? There's still a good chance that they're going to get into October, but if they don't right some of these ships, it's going to be an early exit, man, for this team. Do we want that? No. Do they want that? No. No. I think they are missing a player, like a true impact player, especially when Judge is down, right? Judge is kind of slowly working his way back from being hurt. His bat's coming around a little bit, but, can't expect the guy to be a world beater right out the gate. Can't do that, right? Ooh, little froggies. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He hasn't had a postseason home run like Juan Soto had last year, right? And We need somebody to complement Aaron Judge, not named Giancarlo Stanton. Love Stanton, love what he does, but at the same time, can't rely on him if he's not always healthy either. Especially now that he's playing some reps in the outfield. We're all kind of holding our breath, hoping the guy stays healthy, right? And not a good feeling. I like what Cody Bellinger's done. I keep him around, sure, but and I don't think Kyle Tucker's worth $500 million. So at this point, what do they do? Who can they bring in that would really like make that type of difference? You know, like last year we had those guys and they were working together, complementing each other, and they were making a difference all year long, one or the other. And we need somebody like that again, kind of a Robin to the Batman, right? And whether, yes, we got Garrett Cole coming back next year, but yeah, I'm not expecting him to be Nolan Ryan right out the gate, right? I love it, but I want to be realistic with him until he's coming to friggin' Tommy John. Now, it's not to say it's not impossible. It's not possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, because when Justin Verlander came off Tommy John, he won the Cy Young the year when he came back. And he was like 38 years old. Now, that's a fact. You can look it up. Right? So, would I love something like that? Hell yeah. Do I expect it? No. So, to me, it's just a little bit of morning clarity. Again, I'd rather spend my time trying to figure out how can the Yankees get better? How can they make themselves better? Instead of, I'm going to trash this guy, and then when he's gone, up to the next guy to trash. And when he's gone, just, if the first reaction is to trash people, and the new person comes and trash them, and I hate to disappoint people, but I'm not doing that. It's a wasted energy. It doesn't do anything productive. Right? I'm not running a 6th grade channel here. Doesn't mean people can't vent. People can vent all they want. I'm not going to block people from venting. Right? But just because I don't trash people along with other people doesn't mean I'm trying to shut them up. Right? If I want to shut you up, I just block you and you'll never be able to comment again. But I don't do that. Right? That's not fair to people. People have a right to, like I say, be what they want to be. People can fan how they want to fan. But keep in mind, too, if fanning involves trashing people, don't be surprised if you get called out on it by myself or other people. Doesn't mean you can't fan. But fanning a certain way comes with either consequences or reactions. It's just the way that it is. Just like me. Being the way I am drives people crazy. People come at me all the time. Do I stop? No. Am I going to? No. Right? It's like I don't want you to stop either. So how can they get better at this point? Right? And again, like, excuse me. I know a lot of people's first reaction is to fire Boone. Fire Boone. Fire Boone. There's so many channels peddling that ridiculous narrative, right? How much does he have to do with this stuff? I don't know. Could be part of the problem, sure. But it's a hell of a lot higher than him. Higher than his pay grade. And like I said, too, I think, if I'm wrong, and I stand corrected, but I do think Cashman will no longer be GM after next year, which is when the CBA ends, the current CBA, and his current contract expires. He'll be 60 at that point. My guess is he'll probably step up to a different position, advisor or whatever, if he wants to stay affiliated with the Yankees, even though he's rich enough to retire and be fine. Maybe he wants to stay around with his daughter working for the Yankees now. I don't know. And they'll bring in a different GM, a different engineer, mechanic to build this team, right? To give the manager what he needs to manage, right? You know, to me, losing Cole is almost the equivalent as the Tigers losing Skubal or the Pirates losing Skeens, right? How do you recover from that? And then if you lose 2 more starters on top of that, they just got Hill back. When Hill came back, they lost Schmidt. So how the hell do you recover from that? Right? Especially when not one of the single needle moving starting pitchers was moved at the deadline. Not one. Nobody got them. Right? So how do they do that? That's my question. These are more constructive questions to me. I'd love to know what you think. Right? You can't recover. Exactly, Jonathan. Good morning. You can't recover from something like that. And what are you going to, we're just going to blame the manager for that? Did he go out and destroy Garrett Cole's UCL? No. Schmidt's UCL? No. Did he destroy Hill's back and shoulder? No. He didn't do any of that. So why the hell are we blaming him for these things? I got people going on other channels telling people that I think Boone's the perfect manager. Come on here and debate me about it. You're more than welcome to. And I want you to explain to me why I think Boone's the perfect manager. I've been critical of him, but I'm constructively critical, okay? I don't need to go out here and just trash the man when he's not here to respond. That is the epitome of weakness. Okay, I'll say it again, weakness to do that. I'll tell anybody that, to their face, in person. Okay? I don't do that. Other people want to do that, go right ahead. That's fine. I'm not going to stop them from that. End of the day. Yeah, Miss Hilford, exactly. We have Miss Judge for chunks of time, and Miss Stanton for chunks of time. It's like, it's hard to recover. Very hard to recover. Right? Well, there's no doubt about that, Ben. The Yankees need to play better. And we finally have better depth now. But the other problem is we lost guys like Oswaldo Cabrera. We lost our depth pieces too. Hurt. I mean, did anybody think he was going to tear his ankle? I sure as heck didn't. He's going to tear his ankle? No. Well, he's done for the year. He's not coming back till next year. And this is one of the problems. Like, you'll say, okay, we got our backups. When your backups get hurt, then creates a problem, right? So, and unfortunately, we were there this year. Can't blame everything on injuries, obviously. The guys here need to play better, play smarter, need to play more fundamentally sound, right? Need to be more in tune, need to play with an edge, a chip on their shoulder. Yeah, I think we can all agree upon that. No doubt about it, man. Yo, salute, Bagel. What's happening? And thank you for spending a little time with me. I'm finishing up my cardio walk. I'm on vacation this week, so it's kind of nice. See, now just the peaceful and the tranquility. The water's right there. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly, Ken. He solves all the problems. He solves all the pitching problems, too. Yep. It's funny how, we say this all the time. Why Spencer Jones solves 0 pitching problems, right? If he comes up. Well, people like to go on other channels and put words in my mouth and say I'm saying other things. Like, when everybody knows it's a lie. So, why are people doing it? Such a waste of time. Like I said, come on the channel and debate me. You're more than welcome to. Put you on screen. Don't hide behind comments. Put you on the screen. Well, yeah, exactly, Graham. it is head scratching time. And I yesterday I would have gotten thrown out too. Like, that was some terrible umpiring yesterday. Again, I can't blame the umpiring for the whole thing, but there's some terrible ball on strike and ball calling ups yesterday. That pitch that Fried should have thrown, he did throw, should have been a strikeout. And then they called it a ball, and the next pitch he gave up an opposite field two-run double or single, which made it 4-1. It was 2-1 at that point. So, and then stuff like that almost makes you think sometimes that the umpires have something against the Yankees. Like, can't prove it, but it's terrible umpiring like this, and this is across the board in baseball right now. We need better umps. They need to be retrained constantly. Right? There's so many questionable calls that we see on the screen that should not be that way. And the fact is, guys getting thrown out for arguing balls and strikes, that's not fair to them. Right? Yeah. Yeah, and when they lost Cabrera, I mean, the play went down, third base. That's why they brought in McMahon. McMahon's playing better than Cabrera Hayes. He's playing better than Eugenio Suarez. So, looks like the Yankees got the right guy. Right? And like I said, the Yankees brought all these guys in and didn't give up a single top 5 draft pick. So, but again, on paper, it is not the same thing as on the field. Right? It's not the same thing. Yeah, Jake Bird's been cleaner in AAA. He'll get it back. He'll get it back. I do. If you look at, look at his stats too. We talked about them too. The Rockies overused him, and I know people say, well, Yankees should have done their homework. Well, he's got 3 years of arbitration left in front of him, so they're trying to get him right now before they bring him back up. He'll be a good middle relief guy at some point in the game. Maybe he'll be a 7th inning guy, which Devin Williams should be the 6th inning guy. But you know who should be the 6th inning guy? The starting pitcher should be the 6th inning guy, not the freaking bullpen. Starting pitcher. Nathan, what's happening, brother? Yeah. These injuries crippled the Yankees, man. Crippled the Yankees. And they are in the toughest division, AL East. Right? I thought the NL West was going to be stronger in the early of the season. We acknowledge that. But I don't think it's as formidable as people thought. I think it's just, at the top, it's just Dodgers and Padres. Beyond that, the Diamondbacks are crippled, and the Giants are not where they need to be, and the Rockies, obviously, are probably the worst team in the history of baseball. So, there's that. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Nathan. Like, we need more. We need Fried and Rodon to go into the 6th inning more frequently. So they only have to rely on the bullpen for 3 innings. And then when Fernando Cruz comes back and Ryan Yarbrough come back, we have more reliability in long relief, right? We shouldn't have to use our bullpen 4 innings almost every game. It's not fair. It sucks. It's not right. But yeah. And teams are playing through injuries, yeah. As are the Yankees. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I was surprised that they released Stroman. I was surprised that they released DJ. So it was a pleasant surprise, because normally they hold on to guys like that and see if we can get something out of them. I'm glad they released them. I'm glad they're giving Schlittler a more significant opportunity here. And Luis Hill was better 2 days ago than he was his first time out. So I'll take these little progresses. Well, the Mets are terrible. Well, exactly. I mean, yeah. Well, Yankee fans aren't saying fire the Mets coach, but I'm sure Mets fans are. But nevertheless, people don't slander the Mets like they slander the Yankees. So, get that work done, Ken. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Schlittler's still a developing rookie, not even a rookie yet, so he's just learning the ropes here. And I think he's going to have every opportunity to win the position in spring training, right? As will Garrett Cole, he's coming back next year. So We'll have some reinforcements one way or the other. I don't think Fried was a terrible. 12-5 is not a terrible sign. Will Warren's not better than Fried. Look at the stats. Not even close. Yeah. Has he had a bad stretch? Yes. Does he need to get better? Yes. But it doesn't make him a terrible signing. I want same here, Marcus. I want Jose. We have the American League leader in stolen bases. He should be in there. He should freaking be in there, right? Yeah, terrible since June 1st. Around doesn't make Will Warren better than him. Doesn't make a terrible signing, right? Look at some of the other starters. Been terrible too on other teams. Tarek Skubal's been getting roughed up over the last month too. Skubal, best pitcher in the American League. Skubal getting roughed up. People saying he's terrible? No. Right? They could not have traded Dominguez for Crochet. Crochet, he signed an extension with the Red Sox. I don't think Dominguez is a bum, but I don't think he's a savior that people think he is. Way too much hype bestowed upon him. And that's not his fault. Beat writers and content creators who say he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, that's on them. None of these people own up to it either. Right? Instead, they blame Boone for not playing him enough. He has more bats than Grisham. Or just about the equal bats as Grisham. What the hell are we talking about? And Grisham is way better than him. So he's not being neglected, Dominguez. He hasn't earned the starting role. And he can't field in left field. So what are we talking about? Crochet was available in the trade in this offseason. Yeah, before the Red Sox got him. But Dominguez would not have been enough for Crochet. Does he leave a lot to be desired? Defensively, 100%. But I just don't waste my time calling him a bum. So that's a pointless waste of energy calling people a bum, and he's not here to respond. So yeah. Yeah, well, and Fried had carried the team rotation for the first half of the season. Him and Rodon. So if I were the GM, would I offer well, it depends, Ken. It depends on whether they're going to keep Rice. And there's Rice. I mean, I think it's a multiple step thing. Do they keep Wells? And if they keep Wells, then what do they do with Rice? Right? Does he wind up platooning with Wells at catcher and platooning at first base? Because if I bring back Bellinger, I'd want him to play some first base and some outfield. Because I want to give Spencer Jones an opportunity to get in here. Right? Freaking bugs, my God. And then you want to clear up an opportunity for Spencer Jones, then maybe they do trade Jason Dominguez. I don't know. That clears up a path. Right? So, I don't know. Grish is going to be a free agent, but, I mean, there hasn't been... I think it's 16 of his 21 home runs have either tied the game or given the Yankees a lead. He's the very definition of clutch for this team this year. He's the most clutch player for the Yankees this year. It's not even close. Right? He is the Soto from last year. Right? He is. Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, if we can't, like, that's the other thing too. If we don't play professional baseball, I don't see the point in calling these dudes a bum. I don't see the point in that. If none of us can do what they do, what's the point? But there are tons of content creators, right? Out of shape people who just sit there on their little bum, right? While they're eating their pastrami sandwich or whatever. People do that. Well, they are developing pitching. Warren's a prospect. Schlittler's a prospect. And they have a bunch of other big arms. But keep in mind, Joanne, When do the Yankees pick in the top of the draft to get Skeens, guys like Paul Skeens and guys like Tarascubo? Never. The path to development into the Yankees takes a little bit longer than it does for players like Skeens, who made it to the majors in less than 2 years. So it's important to factor these things in, too. Picking 38 is not the same thing as picking at 4. Right? Oh, man. You should go there and tell them. Go there and tell them. Can you do what they do? Schiller is barely a rookie, Joanne. Well, yeah, exactly, Graham. I mean, people, Volpe all of a sudden runs into a bunch of home runs. People like him again. Then he makes a few errors. They hate him again. Same thing applies to Dominguez. It's crazy. And they'll say, I think he's in his mid to upper 20s, if I'm not mistaken. Then go apply for the job, Joanne. Go apply for the job. Go try out for the team. I'll get you a tryout. You going to show up and try out? I'll even pitch against you. Can you hit off me? Yeah. Yeah, Beagle. Right. People can talk a big game. That's just totally fine. But you can hit off Schlittler? I'll give you $1,000 if you can hit off Schlittler. Can you hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball? I don't throw 98, but I would be pretty confident saying you can't hit off me. Well, Devin Williams has to. From this point on, Devin Williams needs, as long as he's here, he needs to be the first reliever out, not the last reliever out. It's hard to really debate Devin Williams. So he has no confidence in his fastball, even though he had confidence yesterday in it. Yeah, exactly, Kamenzi. Keyboard warriors, armchair GMs, they don't really do anything. Talk is talk. If you can't back it up, it's just talk. It's just talk. All right? Yeah. It definitely is mechanical and mental, 100% with that. I agree too, Beagle. Yeah, the best fans and the worst fans. I agree. No, Joanne, you can't pivot now. Can you hit his fastball? Mm-hmm. I think Judge is going to replace Stanton at DH once Stanton moves on from the Yankees. I think it's the most logical fit, probably, to keep him healthy. But we'll see if that happens or not. Right. Yeah, I got to get back in. My girls are about to wake up. Got to get them in. I would be willing to bet money you can't hit his slider, Joanne. His slider's 90 miles an hour. You have any idea how fast 90 mile an hour is? Or 90 mile an hour with a lot of movement? terrifying. It's terrifying. Especially if he puts one up and in, close to you. He'll put your tail between your legs really fast. That's why guys like Roger Clemens and Nolan Ryan was so terrifying. Because they put one up and in real fast. And you're going to charge those guys? Look at the people who charge Nolan Ryan. They got the crap beat out of them every single time. You're going to charge Roger Clemens? Good luck. Huh? You can charge, these bugs all over the place. Charge Jarrett Cole? Highly doubt it. CC Sabathia? Highly doubt it. I like the big talk. You can keep bringing the big talk. You're going to get pushed to back it up. Right? I say the same thing to the other content creators who talk a big game. Back it up. Put your money where your mouth is. Right? Otherwise, you got nothing with your talk. All you have is talking points. BS. But it's good to see Yankee fans' energy. It's good to see you guys being feisty a little bit. Good. They're making us feisty. Now go have a great day, gang. Be back later with the lineup. Let's go Yankees. Let's go fans. Let's go you guys.